Hello, this is Craig from bitsbox.co.uk. In this video we are looking at the January 2017 edition of White Dwarf. So I'll start by saying I wish you all Happy New Year. This is our first video of 2017. So this literally turned up about half an hour ago. It dropped through my letterbox, so I haven't opened it, I haven't had a look at anything really. Again, no shrink wrap, no free gift. We have to assume at this point that that's not the norm for these White Dwarfs. Obviously, when they first came out, there's a few really awesome gifts to entice us into buying them. But now, you know, we just have to accept that they're not going to throw freebies in every month, and that's understandable. So, anyway, on the front we have a button because it's all about the fall of Cadia, which is the new campaign book coming out very soon. And on the back we have some of the new Tzeentch stuff for Age of Sigmar. So the releases this month will all focus around the fall of Cadia and the disciples of Tzeentch. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen GW's previews on them. So we'll open up and let's have a bit. Just gotta watch out for the tripod leg right there. As always, the White Dwarf team, the editors, sort of bit there. Then we have the contents. I'm not going to go through anything in detail. We're going to go through every page, so we'll see. I'll move that bit. We'll see everything what's going to be in the book. So we start with the Fall of Cadia. These are the first new releases of the month, and I think they all got the pre-order at the weekend. So yeah, pre-order 7th of Jan. So these will all be available on the 14th. So interesting. A lot of you guys will probably know, as well as the campaign book, which is £30. It's called Gathering Storm, Fall of Cadia. We also have these 3 new special characters, and they actually all come in a box together rather than separately, which is quite interesting. They're £50, which I think is actually good value for what they are, because this guy's huge. Apparently he's like Carnifex size, so he's quite big. And of course Saint Celestine, quite a large model as well. We've had 2 bodyguards, and then we've got I think is it Greyfax? Yeah, Greyfax, which is my favourite model out of this whole release actually. I think she's a really nice model. So I'll certainly be painting her up. And if you don't want to buy the box, all 3 of them, we'll probably be selling them individually. I'm sure a lot of other bit sites will as well, and of course there's also eBay. So yeah, I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of them. But yeah, certainly interested in obtaining that model and painting them up. And their rules will be quite interesting to see as well. Also out this month is the Chaos Battle Tome Disciples of Tzeentch. So these got pre-order on the 14th. So as soon as the Fall of Cadia stuff's out, these are being released. And there's a plastic box set of Carrick Acolytes, which look really cool. A little bit more sort of dynamic and interesting than the ones that we've got from Silver Tower. For some reason this guy's got a bird, which is quite interesting. A Volkarch is the name of a bird. And this guy's got a Mind Melt and Scroll of Dark Arts, so obviously there's going to be some special rule for that, which would be quite interesting. You get 20 in a box for £30 as well, so not actually too bad. Not bad value at all, actually. And the book itself is £20, and that has everything for Tzeentch in there. So GW did put a video out on their Twitch channel talking about it, and everything Tzeentch is in there, so that's very cool. Ogroid is available for £25. I don't know how much we were selling them in our Silver Tower thing, but it was half that. And then the Gaunt Summoner is also available for £15. A Freeblade competition winner. So I recently ran a competition for the coolest looking knight, and that's the winner, and that is actually a really, really lovely looking knight there. Really like this sort of gem, sort of stone effect he's done there. So So very cool. The free-play game is actually quite fun if you guys haven't played it. I did do a video on it. It's quite repetitive though, as are a lot of mobile games, I suppose. Little paint sets are coming out for different factions. With these tiny little pots, similar sized pots to what we saw on the Artificer tints. Actually all available now. Pretty cool if you don't want to invest too much money in paints, especially if you're just getting started in the hobby. That's sort of what these are sort of aimed at. So I have some dwarfs for the Hobbit with a really cool ballista. That's actually really sweet. I'd like to see more stuff like this in coming back into fantasy. So sort of Age of Sigmar could have more ballistas and trebuchets and bolt throwers and stuff like that. That'd be really sweet. So maybe one day. So latest from Forge World. And we have a Stormbird, and it is absolutely massive. Kudos to anyone who'll put it together and build it quite nice. I've built a Fire Raptor, and yeah, some of the Forge World flyers are quite a pain to put together sometimes. But that thing is definitely quite an achievement to build. But it looks fantastic, absolutely fantastic, and the fact that you can just fit rhinos and stuff inside is really cool. So, the Gangs of Kimura, a little bit about that. This is a 2-player box set which features Hellions and Reaver jet bikes. I don't know if we're going to get any more details on that, but I'm sure that's something we'll probably see in February. Also, apparently comes with some card terrain, which I'm actually more interested in the actual game, or miniatures. So a little bit about video games, Eternal Crusade and Battlefleet Gothic. New faction Total War, it's the Werewolves. A little bit actually about Dark Future as well. Really cool. And we have Black Library. Now there's a novel about space sharks, or car charodons as they are now known, which is really cool. Doesn't really have a lot of fluff. And then we have a Primarch novel about Lehman Russ. Also, like this, a Magnus the Red one as well, which is a really nice sort of looking box. And then we have Virtues of the Sons, Sins of the Father, which is an audio book. It's for Horus Heresy. So available now we have Spyro Dawn, and I believe it is actually back in stock now on GW. So it's something we want to get hold of to sell on the site, because when it was Island of Blood it was quite popular. So and I'm glad it's back, because it was a fantastic set, and one of their best starter sets, I think. And we have the little referees for Blood Bowl, which I believe you can get from Forge World. And there's even rules to go with them, which is pretty cool. So we have readers' letters, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but they're always worth reading. So a little bit about Blood Bowl. And now we're going into details about the fall of Cadia. So a lot of interesting fluff, certainly to read up on here. But again, to keep the video short, I'm not going to go through it all. But I'll certainly be reading it at a later date. Oh, excuse me. So we have a new mission. This is for Chamber of Storms. I do like that they put different scenarios and stuff in here. So this uses the Imperial Fists, which must include 1 unit of Legion of the Damned. And the opponent is a Chaos player, which is either Chaos Space Marines or Demons, and the army must include Be'lakor as the Warlord. So that could be quite an interesting one to play. And I'm not going to go through the whole mission here. So we have the White Dwarf Review of the Year. So looks like a page for each month. And it just seems so long ago. Like, I know it was a year, but like the Fire Slayers came out a year ago. And I don't know, it just seems longer to me. Ulrich came back in February as well. It seems like his new model's been around for a while, as well as the Wolfen. And March, a lovely Stardrake model came out, as well as Deathwatch Overkill. And then the Iron Jaws in April. a return of a timeless classic. So that's when Silver Tower was released in May, and Death from the Skies also. Lost Patrol, Stormcloud Attack, and the containers came out in June. And in July, the gorgeous Solariel model and General's Handbook, and Bone Splitters as well. So really good month there for Age of Sigmar. Death Mask and the Death Watch came out in August, and we still haven't got Eldrad available separately yet, I don't believe. I've actually still got mine out, even built them. A Khan Betrayer and Gore Chosen, as well as Kill Team, came out in September. And October was for Gene Stealer Cult. And of course, the Baron of Prospero and Blood Bowl came out in November, with Magnus and Wrath of Magnus coming out in December. So, you know, 2016 was a really good year for miniatures. And, you know, who knows what we'll see this year. And they actually have a miniature of each month. You can see them now, it's through them, but you can clearly see which their favourite miniatures were for each month. Can't really argue with too many of them choices. So a little bit about David Soper, who has won 3 Slayer swords. So safe to say he's one of the best painters out there. His miniatures are fantastic. I do like his sort of iconic, sort of bright fantasy style. Yeah, and this the Gutrot Spring model is just amazing. Yeah, I just never get bored of looking at sort of Golden Demon winners and well-painted miniatures. I mean, this one's from 1990. You can sort of tell that sort of style from like the late 80s, early 90s is very fitting. Here it's all very cartoony and stuff. And the Dark Elder Scourgers, I remember seeing this not too long ago, it was absolutely amazing. Some Plague Bearers as well. Really sort of in-depth interview as well, so well worth winning. Then we have a little bit here called How to Win a Golden Demon. So some advice from some of the professionals. Well worth reading through. I'll certainly be reading through all this later on. A little bit about the releases of all the units and transport boxes what recently came out. So another bit about painting and collecting miniatures. So a lot of advice here about sort of painting a whole army, and lots of sort of colour choices for each section, showing you how they paint their miniatures. So yeah, well worth reading for beginner and professionals alike. Well, I would say professionals, but you know, people who've been in the hobby for longer than most. So yeah, certainly a lot of good information over the last few pages about painting and collecting. So this is a new series called First Blood. First Blood is a new series where we look at trying out new games, everything from brand new releases to games you've never played before and new ways of playing. In this first instalment, digital editor Melissa takes a plungers into Warhammer Age of Sigmar. And if you haven't played tabletop games before, it's probably a good place to start. So whole in-depth conversation between herself and the other player. So it's basically like a commentary of them playing through a game, which is quite interesting. It'd be nice if GW puts out some sort of video content of similar sort of things as well. That'd be pretty cool. So Realms of Battle is showing off how to build your own terrain. Hopefully we'll have some scratch built stuff, GW, please. A nice interesting bit showing you how these Chinese made terrain pieces don't go together very well, and you have to fill in massive gaps with green stuff and elastic band them together as they glue. Some really cool card schemes for painting Promethean pipes. they all actually look fantastic. So especially some of these look really cool. Step by step on how to paint them as well, and some stuff about painting realm gates. So yeah, I still don't see much scratch build stuff. I'm crying out for it in every issue, but one day, I'm sure. So there's a battle report. Using the Fall of Cadia stuff. Can we see the armies? Yes, we can. Absolutely massive armies. I'm sorry if there's a glare on the screen there. You may have seen this picture floating about the interwebs. Mainly because there's a certain Necron Lord in there. Trezin, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Very interesting. There is a reason and fluff that about him being involved in this. That's going to get very interesting, and yeah. So certainly looking forward to a lot of the fluff surrounding this. And then we have a massive Chaos Force on the other side with a Bloodthirster in the middle and all sorts of vehicles and units. And then they're playing on this massive city board. And I'll flick through it. I don't want to spoil who wins in that, so we'll just flick through the battle report quite quickly and leave it at that. So we have the ultimate guide to the followers of Tzeentch, so this will be focusing on a lot of the new stuff. I'm just flicking through here. A little collecting segment, the Tale of 4 Warlords. So the Forces of Order has got an Alariel miniature in there now, and she looks fantastic. The Beetle in red is actually something I haven't really seen. That works really well actually. So Forces of Chaos, we've got a Magath Lord and a couple of other heroes now. Death have included an extra 42 ghouls, so yeah, someone has been busy. And for the Iron Jaws, of course, Mega Boss on Maw Crusher. So yeah, preparing for the finale. So the Tale of 4 Warlords is almost coming to a close. It's been a really good series though. It's really good seeing how people's armies expand, and it's something like if you want to collect an army yourself, to sort of a really interesting thing to do with your friends and that. We want to do something sort of similar on the YouTube channel as well at some point. But we always get ahead of ourselves when we start collecting stuff and we just buy loads at once. So some more Golden Demon miniatures. And again, you just look at them for ages, couldn't you? Certainly a standard we all aspire to, I'm sure. Parade Ground is showing off some really nice Blood Bowl miniatures. I really love the colour scheme for these orcs, actually. Really nice. I like how they got a really bright green on the armour, but then a sort of pale green on the skin. I think that's really sweet. Yeah, I haven't painted my orcs yet, so I really like the checkers. Actually, that might be an idea to try on mine. So yeah, certainly a lot of ideas there if you need inspiration on how to paint your Blood Bowl stuff. So this is a battleground segment, is where they show off some of their really nice terrain boards, and this one is a beaut. Okay, so it folds out, so I can't get one shot at once, but this is a massive sort of Tau board with a nice manta in the middle. And this is crazy how large this is, and then over the other side. So really cool. I'm sorry I can't get an orange shot at once, but you know, if you've got White Dwarf, it's well worth ogling over. Very cool. Of course, we have some close-ups as well, so we'll look at them. You know, even on something scale like that, even like a Reaver Titan doesn't even look that big. Sort of. That Manta is just insane, isn't it? Absolutely insane. So that's really cool. So this segment looks at an old White Dwarf. So this is October 2012, so not actually that old compared to some of the ones they look at. So we have a segment which looks to be about Imperial Knights. Okay, so we've got an Imperial Knight army and a Dark Elder army in this segment here to look at. So really nice. Again, I'd like to see more converted stuff in these sort of army showcases, really. Just a little bit about Magnus the Red book. And we've got Bland Jitsu. So again, some more John Blanche inspired miniatures. Just, you know, I love this sort of stuff. The style is so unique. And as someone who sells bits, it's always nice to see this stuff and sort of guess where everything's from. And yeah, it's quite cool. I love little conversions like that. It's just really sweet. I know some of this stuff, unfortunately, uses Bretonian stuff, what's not available in any longer, which is a shame. But yeah, I love the sort of style and sort of uniqueness behind all the sort of John Blanche stuff, and yeah, hats off to the people who convert up these miniatures to make these really cool little war bands. It does make you long for the Inquisitor game to come back. It's really cool stuff, really cool. So we have paint splatter. We're looking at how to paint St. Celestine. And then we have the reader's models at the end, and as always, they're always just fantastic. So, and the model of the month is a lovely looking Star Drake. So that's really nice as well. I wish I had the time to put that much effort into a piece of terrain. Okay, so next month the Gathering Storm continues. There's a truly massive paint splatter, some new rules for Silver Tower, Bland Jitsu, a battle report, Golden Demon, and much more. So not giving too much away, but the fact that Gathering Storm continues could be quite interesting. There could be more releases for Chaos and other 40k factions on the horizon, so that'd be quite cool. My battery's about to die, so I am going to just quickly say thank you so much for watching. I hope you've all had a great Christmas and New Year. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and you can subscribe to our page if you wish, and I will see you again very soon in another video.